So now I'm going to show you how to paint your old laminated cupboards. Calculate how much paint you'll need by multiplying the length of your cupboards by their height. That'll give you your square meterage. Now divide that by 12 and that will give you your literage. So you need to number all the doors so you know where they belong. Now remove all your door and drawer knobs and put them in a bag so you don't lose them. If the back of the doors are okay, use painter's tape to mask the back of the door so the edges are all nice and neat. Remove all your doors and your drawers. Now make sure you put drop sheets down and use masking tape to cover any areas you don't want to get any paint on. Make sure the doors are resting on trestles or boxes, and that will allow you to get to the sides. It's vital to make sure all the surfaces, including the frames, the doors, the drawers, are thoroughly clean of any grease, soap, scum, mildew, dirt or anything else. Now spray the White Knight tile and laminate cleaner about 20 centimetres from the surface and wipe it clean with a clean wet sponge or a cloth, just doing a small area at a time. If the stains and grease are stubborn, leave the cleaner on for at least 30 seconds. If they're really stubborn, you might need to use a scratch-resistant plastic scourer. If you've got any mould, give it a light scrub with 1 part bleach to 3 parts of water. Then give it a light sand with 240 grit sandpaper to etch the surface. And rinse it thoroughly with clean water. And if necessary, repeat the process until the cupboard doors are squeaky clean. Then let the doors completely dry. So now we need to prime the surface with White Knight Tile and Laminate Primer. This will provide great adhesion and features microban, which protects you from fungus, mould and mildew. Now give the primer a good stir. Pour your primer into a roller tray to about the halfway mark, otherwise it makes the loading of the roller a bit more difficult. Now here's a tip, never paint straight from the tin. You'll get paint around the rim, which will mean the tin doesn't seal properly and it'll ruin the paint for later. And here's another tip, the roller should be less than half submerged. Give your roller a little tap on the roller tray before painting. This will get rid of any drips. Now apply 1 coat with a roller doing the sides first. A 4mm roller cover will give you a nice smooth finish and a microfiber roller doesn't splatter or leave any lint or fluff behind. Apply the primer thinly in a zigzag motion to get good cover, then do a last roll all one direction from the top. The primer will be touch dry in about an hour, but wait at least 4 hours until it's completely dry before doing your top coat. And leave it a little longer if it's cold, at least an hour or 2. Wash your roller and tray in soap and water straight away. Now we're going to do the top coat with a White Knight Laminate Paint. This provides great adhesion and also features microban, which protects you from fungus, mould and mildew. It has a satin finish and can be also tinted to any colour. If you want a gloss finish, use White Knight tile paint instead. Give your paint a good stir with a broad flat stirrer in a circular lifting motion. Give your doors a light sand with 240 grit paper and then wipe them down. Now apply your first coat with a roller. Paint the sides of the doors first, but don't put it on too thickly. When you've got a good coat on the door, do a last roll without reloading the roller, rolling in the same direction from the top to the bottom. Okay, your first coat's touch dry in about 2 hours, but leave it about 6 hours before you put your final coat on. Before you do, get some 600 grit sandpaper and give it a light sand. While you're waiting for your first coat to dry, drop your brush and roller into a bucket of water. That'll stop them going hard. And when you're ready for your top coat, squeeze the water out of the roller and the brush on an old towel. Apply your second coat in a zigzag motion, making sure you finish off with a nice smooth roll all in one direction from the top to the bottom. So when you finish, clean your roller and brush in White Knight Rust Guard solvent straight away. Now your paint will be fully dry in about 8 hours, but it won't achieve its maximum hardness for at least a week. So you need to protect it from any harsh washing or knocks for at least that long. If you need any advice or more information on products, colours or usage, visit the White Knight website or ask your paint specialist.